as I'm busy reading this, we see Hawan Mkalele with the Minister of Sport being greeted by the Minister of Sport, and Bafana Bafana have officially walked through the doors and arrived back home. Head coach Hugo Broos there, that you see also being welcomed. On the left-hand side, I see our captain, Ronwen Williams.
This must be in heavy contrast. This must be in heavy contrast to what happened about 2 years ago, right? I mean,
completely.
Just imagine what we got as I remember Ronwen Williams having some of those interviews there as well. Maybe we can even...
Completely different energy.
100%, based on the results as well there.
Let's actually check in with our reporter, Yululwe Koshe, who is on the ground. Yululwe, we see that the team have now walked through those big glass doors.
Yes, Valen, we do see the team. Ronwen, can I have a chat? They seem to be avoiding us. I tried to get the captain, Ronwen Williams. They look very despondent, some of them, Valen. And that was my worry, that they might want to walk right past us. Of course, they'll be the first to realize that it wasn't, of course, the campaign that they were hoping to get at the Morocco AFCON. And that they would not want to face the members of the media, and they would not want to speak. Come on, please, Gos. Thank you so much for your time, Gos. Let's speak about the tournament. Of course, not the type of tournament that you would have wanted to have, but what do you take away from the experience that you had out there in Morocco as a team?
It was difficult. I mean, even the group we're in was difficult, but we made it out of it. Obviously, we're a bit disappointed because of the last AFCON of how well it done. But yeah, I think it was a lesson for us. Especially, but the guys are a bit disappointed the Cameroon game. I think with the quality we had, we know that we could have done better, and yeah, probably made it closer to the semi-finals. Yeah.
And why do you think you couldn't do better? So even in the group stages, there were moments where you could see the promise, but we never saw a full Bafana Bafana performance where you take a game by the scruff of its neck, you dominate and convert most of your chances, you score and you allow chances to come in and you concede as well. Why couldn't you get that balance right throughout the competition?
I think obviously last AFCON nobody gave us a chance, you know, teams didn't really take us seriously. After we came third, everyone when they faced us, they were a bit scared of us, you know, and they had done their research on us, and yeah, which made it a bit difficult, but yeah, a lot of lessons learned, and yeah, and it was pretty young boys as well, first AFCON, you know, so I think we learn and we move.
Take us through the mood in these last couple of days after that defeat against Cameroon? What has the mood been like? What are some of those conversations that you would have been having together as a team, reflecting on the campaign that you guys had? And what are you guys looking to do better in the lead up to the World Cup as the build-up starts now?
No, I think we're just unlucky at some stages because I think the first 15 minutes we should have been already 3 up. But I think the luck was just not on our side, and yeah, I think we got to be positive, and we know it's difficult because we're not a team that usually loses. It's difficult, but yeah, we just need to get our heads back in the game, focus on the league and South African football for now, and see in March the next international break. And yeah, take it from there. I think we've got a good side. Good technical staff and coach, and yeah, so we just because we came out on the round of 16 doesn't make us a bad team overnight. I think we still got a lot to show.
You're one of the experienced campaigners from the team. You were part of the successful campaign in Ivory Coast just 2 years ago. What would you say are the differences between the two campaigns that you've had? What would you say are the differences between the two teams that you guys had in the AFCON in Ivory Coast, as well as the squad selected for this particular AFCON in Morocco?
Like I said before, I think teams were aware of us this time. A lot of teams were pretty scared of us and were trying to avoid us at all costs. And I think, like I say, just on the Cameroon game, I think luck was just not on our side, because I feel like we created more than enough chances to take the lead earlier on. And with compared to the squad, I think we had a less experienced squad than we had before. And obviously the coach is trying something new, and that's good for the future of the team.
Ricardo, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate you coming to speak to us, even though I know it might be tough coming to face us after such a tough campaign. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Good luck going forward. Thank you, sir. Well, Ovalen, as you can see, I quickly got a bit of Ricardo Goss, who is one of the most experienced members of that Bafana Bafana team. That was his second AFCON, having been a part of a more joyous occasion at the Ivory Coast 2 years ago. He just spoke about how difficult it was this time around. A lot of teams knew what to expect from Bafana Bafana, and they were ready for the challenge. Also spoke about the contrast between the 2024 side and this current side, saying a lot more experienced campaigners from the previous team, and that showed in the result this time around. A couple of young players that were experiencing such a huge tournament for the first time, probably hoping that they will learn from it going to an even bigger tournament, which is the World Cup coming up in a couple of months' time.
To the conversation following a disappointing AFCON.
But my duty, my job is now to analyze what happened and what was wrong and what was good, and trying to correct the wrong things, and being stronger again for the World Cup in 6 months.
And Coach, a lot of conversations have been made, especially from pundits, social media, about the formations and the selections that you made. You came with a back three in the last game. Can you talk us through the thinking behind that, and if you felt as if that was the correct and it worked out the way you would have wanted it to work out?
First of all, no, I don't want to make comments on that. First of all, secondly, I don't read social media, because that is trash, what this is on social media. And you know, I have the experience of 40 years, that when everything is good, all those guys have to shut up. But the ones that is defeat, they have a big mouth. So they have a big mouth now, and I know that, and I can manage that. So whatever they say, whatever they think I had to do, or whatever players I have to call, you know, I'm 4 years here, I'm 4 years that I don't listen at that, and I will not listen for the last 6 months either.
And looking at your squad, Coach, going into the build-up of the 2026 World Cup, what are some of the things that you took out of this AFCON that you think you will have to improve going into the 2026? Are there some players that you would have not maybe thought of in this campaign that you might allow back in going into that World Cup, which is big?
So what I said already, my job is now to analyze, but I don't want to analyze now because you're still in frustration and deception. So, and disappointment. So this is not something I'm going to do now. I will do that next week when everything is calm, and then I will see what went wrong and what we have to do for the future.
Are the conversations, Coach, about stronger opposition in terms of friendly matches building up to the World Cup? Because we saw big teams, Egypt, Cameroon, when you played against them, you were there and there for a couple of moments in those matches. Are you hoping to get European, South American opposition building up to that World Cup where you play against Mexico and other opposition?
You do, you know, as a national team you can do little on that, because when you see all those teams that you name now, those are teams with players who play in Europe. We don't have them. And that is a disadvantage for South Africa. When you even play against Angola, you have players who play in Europe. I don't speak about Cameroon. Cameroon has a brand new team, because Eto's changed everything. And when you see where those players are playing, there's a guy, the striker Kofan, he's playing Leverkusen. He's 19 years old. So this is the opportunity that our players need to have, because they have to be challenged more. And I said from the beginning here that the level of PSL, comparing with the level that we had now in the last weeks, is very big. And you can only make that gap smaller when you have players who are also playing in very difficult competitions. So let's hope that players in the future are having more the opportunity to go to Europe and to play in those very difficult competitions and have those challenges, because that should help enormously this team. It's not because you play once against Argentina or once against Ghana that suddenly your level will be up. No, this is something else. But yeah, what can we do? We just can hope that they got the opportunity and that they make the step.
Lastly, for me, Coach, must be a tough campaign, I understand, but are there any positives that you take from what you witnessed out in Morocco in this competition going forward into the World Cup build-up?
Yeah, it was a good experience, certainly. Even it was a bad experience, maybe. It's like you want to see it. But okay, I always said that a team like of a country like South Africa has to be on every AFCON. And for the moment, we succeeded to do that. Okay, this was less good than the other one, but we were there. And that is the most important thing. We are also on the World Cup. So, and let's hope that in the next years, I can see that South Africa is also again at the next AFCON and again at the next World Cup, because those are things and levels where you learn a lot.
The experience is coming from the AFCON coach with you and your team, just as a legendary coach, if I may put that. How much of it have you taken in as the South African coach, looking into the type of competition that you will get going to the World Cup?
You know, we have to prepare the World Cup and see what went wrong in the preparation of this AFCON, and see what went wrong with the team. And again, this is an analysis that I will make in next week and in the next weeks, and making comment on that or making declarations is not the time and the place to do that.